Well, it's that time of the year again. Galaxy Unpacked just concluded in Paris and the India event happened in New Delhi. A bunch of announcements, of course, the new Fold, the new Flip. There's 2 new watches. They're also now competing with the Apple Watch Ultra, and guess what they're calling it? The Ultra as well. And there's, of course, new buds. And the most important thing globally, but no clarity on when and how it comes to India, is the Samsung Galaxy Ring. I showed you the Galaxy Ring a few months ago from Barcelona, but that's all we know about it. We know there are a few more sensors and it's going to cost $400 globally. How does it really stack up against the Aura Ring or the other options here in the Indian market? We'll have to wait and see. But what we have with us, first look here on Tech Today, is the 2 new devices. The new Galaxy Fold and Flip.
What's the wrong fold?
The wrong phone? Wait. Sorry. I think we'll have to do that again. That was the Fold 5 and the Flip 5. This is the new Fold 6 and of course the new Flip 6. But the only thing is, they're same, but so different. So I'll tell you what's really changed. There's not much that has changed in terms of the hardware, but a lot has changed when it comes to the software. Basically, a lot of Galaxy AI coming to these new devices. And visibly, one thing that has changed is that this device is a little lighter. It's almost as light as my iPhone. And when you open it up, maybe the cover screen is slightly bigger, 0.1 inch to be specific. And while they do say that the hinge mechanism's improved, the crease is visible. I wouldn't really be commenting on the crease on this device or the crease on the Flip, which is again slightly improved. Incremental upgrades from the previous year. Not much of a difference if you ask me. But the fact is that now, especially when it comes to foldables, there's so many new entrants in the Indian market. You have Vivo's new Fold, which is much slicker. It has an almost invisible crease. And you have the OnePlus Open, one of our favorite foldables on the show. So now when you stack up these foldables with some of the foldables available in the Indian market, you can see differences and things you want. One from here and something from there. But let's talk about what this device has. It does feel really nice. It has these camera rings around them. They always felt very premium. They also now have, well, an updated 12 megapixel ultra wide camera. The rings, like I said, make it look super cool. The edges are more squared off. And if you talk about the hinge mechanism, it is updated. So that means when you fold it, it does look less bulkier than the Fold 5 from last year. Last year, Galaxy Unpacked was in Korea in Samsung headquarters. This time it was in Paris, so there had to be, well, a little bit of a touch to the Olympics and, of course, the Louvre Museum. If you are in Paris, that's where the events are taking place nowadays. Now, you also have a larger vapor chamber, which means improved thermal performance on the Fold, maybe also better gaming and multitasking. That's something we will test on the show. For now, it is just our initial impressions. Now, very quickly, 2600 nits of peak brightness on the main screen. We'll have to see how this really pans out when you take it outdoors. For now, it seems perfectly fine. Samsung's displays have always been stellar. What I want to understand is how Galaxy AI is integrated into this device. Does it become a game changer? How many strides and what kind of strides has Samsung made since Galaxy Unpacked in January when they launched the S24 Ultra with a bunch of AI features? But now again, the market in technology keeps updating. Apple Intelligence is coming and all the other smartphone makers are focusing on AI because the whole world is, and maybe Nvidia and Jensen Huang are really happy about that as well. So while the review will come out later, one thing I can safely say is if you look at the new Flip 6, which will be coming here in India on sale on July 24th, and you compare to the previous Flip from this time last year, barring the camera bump and that ring around it, nothing seems to have changed on the cover screen. So if it's all about how it looks, this one looks just fine, but we'll tell you more in the review. When you talk about functionality of what you can do with the screen, there are things that can be done. There is an improved camera though, a 50 megapixel camera from the S24 flagship lineup. That is a big change, which if you're a camera enthusiast can make a big difference. Also on the inside, there is Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. So there is that upgrade in performance and the AI features, some of them that happen on device, some of them on the cloud, are obviously powered by a very competent chip. A bigger battery now from 3700 mAh to 4000 mAh. What does that mean? include the fact that it now comes with a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip, better battery optimization. You know, we have all that larger vapor chamber and stuff like that as well. So if there's better battery performance and thermal management on this device, this could perhaps become your main phone, and that's something we will test in our full review. But you don't need to carry one primary phone and then use a foldable like me as a secondary device. This is very popular with all the K-pop fans, and we've seen a lot of people here in India who seem to be interested in this one. So we'll have to test the performance of this. There are a bunch of things that you can do now, even on this device, which are very cool. So of course, you have new interactive wallpapers on your cover screen. That is one thing you can do. Really cool things. Play around with the cover screen as well. You also have smart replies using AI. So it basically will assess all of your last few messages and then basis that give you a bunch of standard replies all from your cover screen. So you don't need to open this. And if you do want to open this, the one good thing with the Flip is you can do it with one hand. Can you do that with the Fold? No, you can't. You need to do it, well, with both hands. And then of course, when you open it, it is bulky. So you need to, well, hold it with both your hands. You can, does the S Pen Fold from last year work with this particular device? Let me sketch a few things. There you go. It's automatically detected it, and it's given me an option of sketch to image, smart select, create notes, screen write. Sketch to image sounds uncannily familiar to what Apple has done with Apple Intelligence. So let me see if I can do some of these things on Galaxy AI very quickly. I'm not the best artist, as you can see. I've drawn a couple of things right over here. Let's hit the generate button. I'm quite used to the generate icon. Takes some time. So I've drawn a car and perhaps the shining sun. Let's see if it could actually understand what I was trying to. Okay, so honestly, that's a much better job than I would ever do, but this is the option I've selected for a 3D cartoon. There's also other options of it, which definitely make it better than what I worked on. You can also make this an illustration. Let's make this an illustration and see what it's like. Now it takes maybe 10 to 15 seconds to make this a sketch. And that's pretty cool that you could do this in a matter of 15-20 seconds. You can automatically save this image. You can share it, of course, with your friends and family, much like you can soon with Image Playground on Apple. And you can also copy this into your notes. There's also a new feature on Galaxy AI, which we didn't see in January, called Photo Assist. Take any photo and then you can make a 3D version of it or a watercolor version of it or a sketch. So I've got a photo of our camera person on the show, Rajesh, and well, that's the photo I have now entered over here. In a matter of seconds, I have a 3D cartoon version of him. Well, and to be very frank, it doesn't get the color tones right, doesn't even get the hair color right. It's essentially gone with some features, so maybe this is something that needs a lot of work. Also, look, Google figured out color tones better. Apple is trying to work on it. Maybe Galaxy AI needs to do that as well, but we'll figure this out later in our full review. But it's cool that you can do this. These are some fun features. There's also a bunch of Google Gemini features where you can use circle to search, which we'd seen earlier, and essentially scan a math equation. You're not going to get the answer straight up, but you will get a step-by-step explanation, and that would lead you to the final answer. We've seen a lot of this. Strangely, it feels like Samsung was watching a lot of the Apple WWDC keynote, or maybe they had these features obviously in research for a long time. But it's good to see all the big tech companies, be it Galaxy AI or Google Gemini or ChatGPT, with the integration now with iOS as well. So what you're getting with Apple Intelligence, maybe in a few months from now, a lot of cool features are coming with all of these companies. And if you talk about competition, I think this is healthy competition, because for the user, it's a win-win situation. We're going to have a different user experience on all our devices. So really cool innovation with the Interpreter app, which has now got its foldable version, is conversation mode. So what you can essentially see on this screen would be how I translate whatever I'm saying to you. So you have this display, I have the main display, and I can do something like this. Hi. How is your day today? Are you enjoying your favorite technology show?
नमस्ते, आज आपका दिन कैसा है? क्या आप अपने पसंदीदा प्रौद्योगिकी शो का आनंद ले रहे हैं?
All right, they've gotten it perfectly spot on over there. And then you can obviously click on this side and do it as well. So this is a really cool implementation of Galaxy AI. And I think they got foldables right early on, Samsung. If they get Galaxy AI right, they could be in the front of the pack. The couple of gripes that people might have is the price. Now this one starts at 1,65,000 rupees, goes all the way up to over 2 lakhs. This at 1,10,000 rupees. The phones are more expensive than their last year's avatars. Now, what does that mean for sales? Is that something that will really work? Has Galaxy AI really worked for Samsung? Did you even know about Galaxy AI before you watched this video? Well, let me know on our social media handles. Drop us a message on Instagram as well, and we'll bring it up to answer all your tech queries on the show. But for now, all I can say is that this is your first look of the devices that we've been waiting for a very long time. The full review is coming soon, but let us know what you think about the pricing, also about the buds and the watches which are coming soon, and the ring, which is still a question mark, a big mystery from Samsung, but that's something we are keenly awaiting here on Tech Today. For now, your first look of the foldables from Galaxy Unpacked.